Okay, what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be going through the 2017 C4 paper. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make one video for each question. That way, if you know how to do a question, you don't need to bother watching it. Now, the first one, we've got parametric equations. And we've got to find dy by dx, which is finding the gradient. So the first thing we do is we're going to do dx by dt. So I'm going to differentiate both these things with respect to t. So if I differentiate 3t minus 4, 3t goes to 3, and the minus 4 just disappears. Next thing we've got to do is we've got to find dy by dt. So if we differentiate this, we can't differentiate at the moment because the t's underneath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that t at the top and make it minus 1. Okay, so differentiating y now. The 5 just goes. The minus 1 comes down, so that's going to be plus 6 t to the minus 2, which we can also write as 6 over t squared. Right, now the next thing to do is to find dy by dx. dy by dx equals dy by dt divided by dx by dt. The reason being is that when you divide with fractions, you kiss and flip, so that will go to dy by dt times by dt by dx, which cancels out, and we end up with dy by dx. So that's why it works. So just a reminder, we've got to do dy by dt divided by dx by dt. So that's going to be dy by dx equals 6 over t squared divided by 3. So 6 over t squared with the 3 on the bottom, which goes to 2 over t squared. So that's it, that's dy by dx. Right, the next thing we've got to do is we've got to find the equation of the tangent. Right, so if we just write up here, we've got our information, dy by dx equals 2 over t squared, and we've got x equals 3t minus 4, and we've got y equals 5 minus 6 over t. Let's get rid of everything else now. That way we can move the screen up. So find the equation of the tangent. Whenever it says, doesn't matter if it's C1, 2, 3, or 4, if ever it says find the equation of a line, the first thing we do is we write y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. Then we've got to find two pieces of information. We've got to find a coordinate, x1, y1, and we've got to find the gradient. So the way we're going to find the coordinate is we're going to find it where t equals a half. So if I know what my value of t is, I'm going to put that into my x thing, and I'm going to put it into my y thing. So 3 lots of a half is 3 over 2. Take away 4 is minus 2.5, or minus 5 over 2. So minus 5 over 2. If I stick t equals a half into the y equation, 6 divided by a half is going to be 12, so 5 take away 12 is going to be minus 7. And to find out the gradient, I've got to substitute it into this one over here, so I've got to substitute it into the gradient function. So a half squared, a half times a half is a quarter, 2 divided by a quarter, remember 2 divided by a quarter is the same as 2 times 4 over 1, which equals 8. So the gradient is going to be 8. Once I've got those three things, I'm going to substitute them into my y minus y1. So y take away minus 7 equals 8 x minus 5 over 2. And then it says that they want it in the form y equals px plus q. So if we then multiply the brackets, y plus 7 equals 8x. 8 times x is 8x. 8 times 5 is 40, divided by 2 is 20. Then we're going to say y equals 8x plus 13. Okay, so part C. Show that the Cartesian equation for C can be written in that form there. Now, the Cartesian equation just means that what we need to do is get rid of the t's and just have y's and x's. That's what a Cartesian equation is. So we know, if we scroll up, so we've got some more room now. We know that x equals 3t minus 4, and we know that y equals 5 minus 6 over t. So we've got to get rid of the t. So what we're going to do is, because we want it as y equals, we're going to keep this one. but we're going to rearrange this one here, so we've got t equals. So that's going to be x plus 4 divided by 3 equals t. And then what we're going to do is we're going to substitute this in place of t there. So it's going to be y equals 5 minus 6 divided by this thing. So 6 over, or divided by, x plus 4 over 3. And when we divide with fractions, we can say that equals 5 minus 6 times by 3 over x plus 4. So we have 5 minus 18 over x plus 4. But we don't want it in this format here, so we want it as one fraction. So this comes up all the time in A-level maths. We've got something plus or minus a fraction. So what we're going to do is we need to, in order to have, or sort that out, we're going to need to have a common denominator. So we're going to times, if we say 5 is the same as 5 over 1, we're going to times top and bottom by x plus 4. So that's going to be y equals 5 lots of x plus 4 over x plus 4 minus 18 over x plus 4. If we multiply that out, 5x plus 20 minus 18 all over x plus 4. End up with y equals 5x plus 2 over x plus 4. And then we see if it can be cancelled down by factorising, but no, that's as simple as it can get. So that's how you do that one. The key thing there is just to take it nice and easy and make sure that if the answer looks like y equals, then you rearrange the other one at the beginning. So we rearrange to get t, then we substitute it in. That's going to be enough to get us some marks anyway. And then once we've done that, we try and rearrange. And the key thing here is when we got down to this step here, when we had 5 minus a fraction, make the 5 a fraction by times in top and bottom by the same denominator. As long as you can remember that, that should come up, well, that comes up so often, it wouldn't surprise you if it comes up again. So good luck.